Argus Cemetery. Beautiful downtown Trona. You can smell the sulfur. If you've ever been to Trona, you know what I'm talking about. This place is actually fairly good size and looks to have some fancy stuff in it.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's a shooting range nearby.
And they have a few vertical headstones. I'm not as much a fan of these flat ones.
Yeah.
Like over here. I mean, okay, the wind doesn't grab them as much, these flat ones. So they might weather better, but they also get buried pretty easily with dust and crud. I like the old vertical ones that are carved that look like tombstones. The skinny ones. I see we have a couple that are fenced in over here. And then we have some of these really old ones where whatever was written on them is long lost to the ravages of time. Now there's a modern one here that says Edmund Niemeyer, born 1887 and died in 1930. So that may be what was on that is now transcribed over there. Oh, this one has to be a child's grave with the lamb on it. Oh, wow. Yes. This is Jeff Davis, who lived from October 13th, 1954 to October 15th, 1954. That's very sad. And they've got a lot of them labeled as plot. You have the plot number. I haven't seen that before.
One advantage to these flat ones is they don't fall over.
This is true. We've stood up how many gravestones? This has some really pretty green stones on it. And this makes me wonder if this person was a Quaker. Because that's the Society of Friends. Wow. Whole family here. What cemetery was it where we found the bed frame? The grave was the bedstead. It was some little mountain town up here. Oh, that's a pretty jar. So when we're walking around in these old cemeteries, if there is a headstone that's fallen over, we tend to write it, if possible. And we also pick up any garbage that might have blown in. And sometimes we will leave toys for children's graves, coins, especially on the graves of veterans. They aren't people we knew personally, but they're humans. And we acknowledge that they were here. Memorial for the war dead from this valley, the Searles Valley. So that's all World War II veterans. This cemetery is still in use. That there is Searles Valley, people who settled here once upon a time long ago. And Les was not kidding about the sulfur smell. It's pretty strong.
I remember it being a lot stronger than this when I was a kid. It might have been putting out a lot more production then, I don't know.
Could be, but I mean, it's still keeping this town going. Another baby. Infant mortality was a thing. There's a lot of babies in here.
So if you look at the dates on them, it wasn't that long ago.
No, a lot of them.
Back in the days of high infant mortality rates.
Yeah, it was like a lot of 1930s we're seeing. Then I found one that's only baby made it 2 days, and that was in the 50s. Here's another one, baby weeks. 1965. That's quite recent. Here's
Juventina Contreras.
And here we have baby Kelly. These two babies just made it 1 day, not even. They might have been stillborns. Wouldn't you pronounce that Juventina? Not Juventina?
Juventina?
You said Juventina. I think it'd be Juventina.
I'm not, I don't speak Spanish.
Juventina Contreras. Your español es muy poquito?
Nah, that's just pretty lame. Consuelo.
Yep.
Oh, baby.
The babies aren't
1957.
Mm-hmm.
That's the year I was born.
And this is probably the original grave marker right here. Okay, let's stand up.
A lot of small ones out here.
Stand up these flowers. I'm sure the wind will take them down again, but we'll try.
Twin babies, 1957.
Oh, wow. Your age again.
Yeah, this big area over here, that's actually has a listing of everybody that's in here. Because it looks like this place was closed in 1965. There's no more.
But I saw some graves over there that were death dates 1988.
Well, there's a tombstone right there for the cemetery.
Yeah.
This says died in 1965.
Yeah, but I saw some graves that were from the 80s, which is quite recent, really.
Searles Lake Cemetery, 1915 to 1965. And there's a listing on the sign over there. Whether it's up to date or it stops at 1965, I didn't look that close at it.
Huh, interesting.
But I've never seen a cemetery
with a grave
where a lot of places
itself.
are listed as
plots.
plot numbers.
Yeah, I commented on that earlier. I've never ever seen that. Usually that's just in the records, but you don't have the graves marked with the plot numbers.
Right. That's odd.
Hey, we could, since we're going to be going to, where's our town we're going to tonight?
Tonopah.
Tonopah. Since we're going to be going to Tonopah, maybe we could visit the unknown man died eating paste again.
He's probably still there.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't put a bottle of Elmer's paste on his grave.
It's an idea.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of pretty, the steam coming up off of the processing plant.
It is, with the mountains behind.
Especially when there's obviously so little breeze right now, which is unusual for here.
Oh man, usually the wind is howling.
Oh, Ballarat this whole area is known for high winds.
Well, I mean, you've got this big flat plain. There's nothing to stop the wind from just screaming.
It flies right through here.
Yep. This is an interesting old cemetery.
And there's the cemetery at Ballarat we can stop in since we're going over there.
Yep, we can.